Okay, so in this video, we're going to go over a cool website called afpaying.com. I'm going to take you on a little tour of this website. It's absolutely fantastic. And then we're going to pick a CPA network, and I'm going to show you exactly how to go about applying and the kind of things that you need to say and be aware of to make sure that you're accepted if you're a brand new person to CPA. If you've got some experience with CPA, then of course maybe you won't need this step. So we're at this website here. It's afpaying.com. AFF paying, one word, .com. And what this does is it lists all of the CPA networks that are online. And the good thing about this is it actually lists them with a rating. So for example, this one here, it's got a rating of 4.94 out of 5, so 4.5 stars. 4.98 out of 5. And this is all from people that actually are members of these networks. They give feedback on the pros and cons. So it's a great way to go about choosing which networks to apply for. Now, one thing that I want to basically kind of drill in is you do not have to be a member of a ton of networks to make money. I would try and become a member of 2, perhaps 3 CPA networks. That is more than enough because each network has a ton of offers in a variety of niches. So don't think that you have to go and apply for all of these. And if for some reason you're not accepted, who cares? There are tons of CPA networks out there. But what I'm going to show you now is how to go about applying so that you minimize the chances of not being accepted. But like I said, if you're not accepted, don't take it personally. Move on to the next network, get accepted for 2 or 3. I mean, heck, you could even get accepted for 1 network, and that would still be more than enough stuff if you're new. So some of the most famous networks, if we scroll down, you may have heard of some, you may not have heard of some. Max Bounty is very, very famous. Now, I'm not going to take you through this one purely because I'm already a member. So Peerfly as well, that's a very famous one. I'm going to take you through one that I'm not a member of so that it's a little bit more real. And before we do, you can see on the right side we've got dating offers here if you want to join the dating niche. It's got various other banners over here if you want to, join certain networks that promote certain kinds of things. But we're going to come down here and we're going to click on this one, AdSend Media. It's got 165 positive ratings, no negative, which is a good sign. 4.92 out of 5. So what we'll do is we'll click on this little hover over this banner and then we'll click on Visit Network. And what this will do is this will tell us the publisher application. And this is something to be aware of. You're going to become a publisher, not an advertiser. That's something which may sound a little bit strange, but you're going to be publishing content online and getting people to do something via your content or your link. So when you're filling out the application, number one, be honest, okay? Don't make stuff up. If you're brand new, don't word stuff so you sound like a ninja CPA marketer. Be honest, but just word things in a way that don't make you sound clueless, even if you are clueless, but we don't want to lie. The purpose of these applications is just so that the CPA network knows that you're a real person and they can, get a sense that you're not going to scam them. You're not going to send them a bunch of cheap traffic or traffic from countries that aren't going to, do anything. So they want to make sure you're a real person. And if we actually go back here 1 second to this site, and if I just click on the banner, and this won't take me to the site, but this will take me to, excuse me, the AdSend Media page within this website. What this will do, very, very interesting, is it will list all of the affiliate managers. And I highly recommend that as soon as you submit your application, you pick one of these people and you give them a call or you hop on Skype with them. You don't have to do that, but if you actually speak to these people, they are going to almost guarantee that you're accepted. They just want to know that you're a real person. So I always recommend that as soon as you submit your application, you just pick up the phone or you hop on Skype and you call them. Sometimes they'll call you, 24 hours, 48 hours later, but if you don't answer the phone because you're out or you missed the call or you're scared of speaking to them, there is a chance they won't accept you. So you get on the phone with these people. They're not bad. They're there to help you. They just want to know that you're a real person. So that's a good thing to know in this website. Also very useful to know is how they pay. Check via ACH PayPal. Now, for me personally, living in Japan, doesn't really, it's not really a check culture. So the fact that they have PayPal is very, very important for me. The minimum payment here is $50. So They won't pay you until you earn $50, but that's also very, very low. A lot of these networks won't pay you till you've earned $1,000, and when you're new, you want to get paid as soon as possible. They can pay you bi-weekly, which is also very good. Every CPA network has its own little ways, so look at this stuff as well before you decide which one that you want to join. Low payouts. Get the contact details of the affiliate managers. You only need one affiliate manager, and you'll be assigned one anyway when you actually join. Okay, so anyway, we'll come back here to the public application. So I'd put my name in and my last name. Company name is optional. If you do have a registered company, an LCC or something, that's going to be great. I'm going to call mine Payne Marketing because I do actually have a registered company. Choose your country. For me, it's Japan. Put your phone number in here. I'm going to leave this blank because basically I just don't want anybody that watched this video to be calling me. But put your phone number in here, your best phone number. Instant Messenger. I personally use Skype, and you put your Skype ID here. If you don't have Skype, then of course get Skype because it's very, very useful. Your email address here that you want to use when logging into this CPA network. Of course, a password that you can easily remember and that isn't too guessable. Now, this isn't always there for a lot of networks, but in this case it is. I'm interested in, you want to check affiliate marketing. You don't need to worry about this stuff for now. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Okay, website URLs. If you have websites, then put them all in here. If you own Facebook fan pages but you don't own websites, grab the URLs for your fan pages and put them in here. Now, I don't recommend that you get your personal fan page, but if you run a fan page, for example, in the golfing niche or the weight loss niche or the dieting niche, whatever it is, put it in there. If you don't have a website, don't worry, you have two options. You either go and buy a domain and set up a basic install WordPress on it and set up a basic looking website, or you don't put anything in here, and when you communicate with your affiliate manager or you grab the phone number of one of these guys and speak to them, you just explain that right now that you're new, however, you're going to be driving traffic, and you want to say things like you're going to be driving traffic using PPC. You can say, for example, that you have a Facebook fan page in certain niches. Even if you don't really, you can still say that you do. And that you're keen to learn, and you also want to ask them for their advice. Do they advise you setting up a website? If you actually ask them these questions, they're going to realize, they don't dislike new people. They dislike people that lie. They dislike people that they can't trust. So if you don't have a website and you don't want to get one, or you don't know how to set one up, leave it blank. Don't worry about it. But when you actually communicate with these people, tell them, do they recommend that you get a website? How do they recommend that you get a Facebook fan page? Ask them for their advice. Tell them you're very interested in learning. Describe planned marketing activities. There are a ton of ways to drive traffic using to CPA offers. However, you do want to word this section like you know what you're talking. So for example, I plan to drive targeted traffic using a variety of social media PPC with a focus on Facebook. I also plan to use solo ads and some video marketing. I know some about SEO, something like that, with a focus on. What this does, if you are completely new, it allows you to sound like, you're not clueless. I mean, you know what PPC is, pay-per-click. You know what SEO is, search engine optimization. You know what a solo ad is. Of course, don't put the word sue, put use. So the person that reads this will think, okay, well, this person doesn't have a website. They're not an expert in CPA, but they know a little bit. They're not a complete beginner. Once you tick all these things, you hit submit, and then you go right back here, and we give it 5 minutes, and then just grab one of these people and try and call Jeremy, for example. If you can't get through to Jeremy, try and call Faizan or Michael. You don't need to speak to all of them. Speak to one of them and explain, look, I've just submitted my application. I just wanted to give you a call to say hi and let you know that I'm a real person. Is there anything that you need to know, or any way I can speed up my application process? And they'll help you. The fact that you actually call them and speak to them will be fantastic. If you're worried about any questions that they may ask you, then I've covered that in the next video. But I just wanted to show you A, how you can find networks, and B, how to go about filling out an application. Whatever you do, don't lie, and make sure that you reread this stuff and there are no mistakes. The reasons that people often get rejected is because they make mistakes in their application. So I'll speak to you in the next video. Adam Payne, over and out.